That's one reason I've told people I don't prefer to talk about maximum emergency compensatory action. That's under war, the ninth area of activity, because it involves killing, okay? And it's very, very, very specific, very specific, very, very, very specific of what maximum emergency compensatory action is and what it isn't. And it doesn't involve killing oneself after one kills someone in self-defense. So in answer to that, I want to clear that up.
Yes.
But I don't usually discuss it at all. I tell people to read it and make up their own evaluation of what is being said based on, and I hope that I made it explicit enough, all of the do's and don'ts that has to do with maximum emergency compensatory action under the war section, the 9 areas of activity, the last area of activity, because it does involve the taking of it does involve bodily harm. It does deliberate bodily harm. And when it is executed, and why, and under what circumstances. And I do not talk about it on the air for the simple reason that it's been named right here in just the last few minutes. Confusion. Nothing about killing should ever, 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 ever be confusing. I mean, that's what the white supremacists do. They say that this is that, and this is the other, and this is war. And this is not war, this is a police action, et cetera, et cetera. And law enforcement includes this, and that this type of dangerous weapon cannot be used. That's inhumane. Rather than use this type of weapon, that's a humane type of weapon. And capital punishment. They're talking about killing. And killing should be very specific. And the laws of killing should be very, very specific. No wiggle room for anybody. And they should be uniform. After you take samplers of what best laws to come up with, those laws should be universal. According to what? According to logic. People are born into this world. Anytime anybody leaves this world by somebody else's hand, that should be very specific and should be very universal. I mean planet-wise, so
Yes.
that no one is ever confused. There are people that commit murder, and then they talk to a lawyer every day like they're doing right now as we speak, and they say, okay, in this particular place, in this particular time, I'm not familiar with the laws here. I'm just passing through, but I killed this guy, because I got mad at him. Now, what are the laws here? It shouldn't be in what are the laws here. It should be understood worldwide what happens when you do something like that, and it should apply to everybody. Why? Because of the laws of justice. That's why. I don't care what kind of society you're in. Killing is killing. Whether it's in so-called a war or whatever. You even have what they call war crimes. Well, if you're going to put it in that context, what does the textbook say about that? Well, white supremacy itself is a war crime.
Yeah.
The whole system of government is a war crime.
Mm-hmm.
And each white supremacist is automatically a criminal. According to what? Logic. See, when you start talking about crimes, you're based on logic. And definitely when you start talking about killing, anything dealing with killing should be well thought out. It shouldn't be made a sport, like it's what the white supremacists have made of it, which is why black people get guns and run around killing each other, shooting up and down the street. Why? Because they have been taught
Mm-hmm.
that killing people is fun.
Like a safari.
It's a sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Safaris. That's all they are. And you have a lot of black safaris going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right? In every city. It's people finding any reason to kill somebody.
Mm.
And then saying, I'm sorry I did it. At least I'm going to tell you I'm sorry. And have some mercy on me when you catch me. Well, you didn't give any. You didn't give any. Now, where's the logic in that? You're going to ask for something that you're not willing to give? Think about it, homeboy. All right? That nonsense should stop. I mean, and there should be laws and in the textbook for victims of white supremacy in both the area of law, the fifth area of activity, and in the laws of war, everything dealing with killing and the perspective from the compensatory logical view is right here in the textbook for victims of white supremacy.
The ninth area.
And I don't like to talk about it on the air because it does involve death making.
Okay.
Either in self-defense or when you deliberately go out and kill someone. Under what circumstances do you do it? And that has to be very specific.
Yes,
there has to be no guesswork in that.
Yes.
None. Zero.